Hello everyone, welcome back once again to the Squid Junction. It is I, Mad Gamer II, joined by the one and only Nightera. For our next matchup, we have Nightmare versus Nikola Jokic. Nightmare being recently sponsored by Sway, so we are super excited to see what they have in store for us.
Yeah, I mean, like, sponsored team in Squid Junction. Hey, yeah! As we do see them coming in for this one, I am going to hope that, their sponsors are, they've got their hand at it. They know who they're sponsoring. So, Nikola Jokic, you got something to prove here. If you got your money's worth down the line, you want to make something happen here, hit them hard where it hurts. Maybe Sway might pick up another team. Just saying. Wink, wink.
Well, that Redstone was also a sponsored team. They were sponsored by Ink Control, so seeing them take on the last match.
Oh, right, we didn't mention that.
Yeah, we could totally see them going up against Nightmare here, so it'd be a battle of the sponsors.
Right. And I'm really surprised that obviously Nikola Jokic is really doing really well here, so we're gonna see whether they can take another win against another sponsored team here and move on to the final. Let's look at the composition, and we are seeing a very good variety coming in this time. Again, I'm not gonna say too much, but Nikola Jokic's comp, one of the most janky comps I've seen so far, one of the most surprising ones that have worked thus far. As they are once again just going in at it, they are unfortunately locked out of the way by Palu and not giving them a chance to move in here. Nightmare showing them why in this time of the day you don't want to be next to them.
Yeah, Nightmare running with a pretty standard comp for zones. Hagglefish, the double splash machine, alongside that nice ballpoint. Like, it is gonna truly test their merit against the pretty unconventional Flingza and Squeezer comp. Like, so far, Nikola has not been, like, completely shut down, but Nightmare has had a solid control of zone for the entirety of this match.
Ooh, and this is going to look really good here. They're going to make another pseudo wipe here. Left with the squeezer and the sloshing machine, there's not much you can do, and they're able to just preserve the Booyah Bomb, and that's probably the only thing they can get out of this. But that timer is counting down. If they want to make something work, they have to do it now. And again, we do see it's just a little bit off course here, and is able to just make the pick. And unfortunately, it looks like their points are counting down. If they want to make something work now, it's the time, and no hitways here. No hitways. That composition was not going to work here. I think they kind of essentially did what they could, and they just forgo it. And you know what? Giving a free win early on a scout might not be the worst thing.
Nightmare here, they had the nice control of zone earlier on, but then they were able to chain their specials quite effectively, control it. Like, we saw three of them practically online in that last minute there. The Inkjet, the Crab, and then the Booyah Bomb as well. There's not a whole lot of room for Nikola to bring that back.
Yeah, and you know what? Nikola Jokic, your name's a little bit long. Maybe you want to shorten it just a little bit for this round. Maybe put Nikola just there so they can become Nikola Sway, or, Sway Jokic. Just saying. I'm just saying there's a chance they could win, I'm just saying. I might be the copium guy, but I'll be the best guy if they win. I'm just saying.
Get sponsored and then lose it immediately on day one. That would be quite the story to tell.
Like, alright, we got sponsored. Now, remember that deal you said? I'm tearing the contract now. There we go. We're sponsored for a day. We did our job. Back to Nikola Jokic. Let's go.
But
yes.
They had a pretty dominant game one, but that was on zones, which played to the comp like so well. Rainmaker Scorch, though, we'll have to see if this is Nikola's time to shine. Like, the unconventional comp, like, not necessarily the most aggressive with that Flingza in tow, but can certainly do a lot of damage if they play their cards right.
And definitely will work out. It's just a matter of how it's gonna work out. That would always be the main thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it's I really don't feel like they have a safe passage through this. That's the biggest issue right now.
Right. Well,
so we're gonna see how this pans out. But in any case, I think if they wanted to go for something, now's the time.
No, absolutely. We do see. What was it that they swapped out? Because they're now running. Oh, okay. So we're seeing the double splash, but then the Nautilus come in instead of the ballpoint alongside that NZAP.
Okay. I like how this is panning out. Let's see what they've got for us here today. They have a little bit more of a push comp this time, and we do see a double Splash, which is interesting, right? On Rainmaker as well. So they've opted to go for a more offensive call with the Flinza being their pseudo anchor in this case. And now that they have the crab popped out, they have a lot of zone to control, and Nikola Jokic is in the lead here. Half is just sitting pretty down there, hoping they don't get caught. But unfortunately, nothing happens, and he just picks up the Rainmaker and just goes for it. He knows his time is now, and the Nautilus is nowhere to be seen anyway, so you know what? Take the opportunity, right? This might be the inching forward. Look at that. Storm's away is now out of the game. You know, not going into their favor here. Really just wanting to make something work. And it looks like Half is just sitting very nicely in this corner and is contented with, you know, sitting down there. He can just break through the checkpoint and slowly inch their way forward.
When we were talking about this map on Clan Blitz, some of the same rules apply here for Rainmaker.
Oh, do they?
Like one good avenue to take that Rainmaker, and it is a choke point of choke points. Like, if you're on the defensive team, you just need one good member and one good special to keep it locked down, but Nikola is gonna break through that and bring it to the home field. Like, that's like, once you get into that open area, it is just fair game if you can keep them out of the way.
Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Mina trying to just, you know, dig his way out of here, and I don't think you can really dig your way out of this nonsense because they have a really strong turf control, considering that they are what is essentially a Slayer called Nikola Jokic is definitely making them sweat just a little bit more, and I love to see it happen. Rainmaker has been reset and popped by on the side of Nikola, and that is great because now again it is now bouncing to their favor to make something happen. And again, Nightmare just have no sway in this competition right now. Pun not intended, but they definitely need to try and regroup and make something work here. They got a Booyah Bomb, they've got Rain on standby as well. Let's see if they can make anything work.
Nikola just so much paint right now. We do see the Rain Cloud coming out and the Booyah Bomb. That's going to give them some turf back, and that might be the chance that they have to move in. We did see the Squeezer getting taken down, but both splashes are online. And you know, we already see one crab online. Another one's not going to be too far behind it, but the missiles are going to be popped a little bit early. We'll see if they're able to get the checkpoint, and they do.
They do, and this is the start of something new. The start of something new. As they get another one coming in. Pelou is now off the count here. The Trizuka is now popping as they're able to claim so much space here. But a little bit off the corner here, getting picked off by a stray bullet of sorts.
That was a big old bullet from Bazooka right there.
That's not good. They don't want to leave it right there. You know what I mean? Nikola Jokic, they can just, what they're gonna do here is just pop it off and then drop it out and make a free reset here. And that's probably one of the best things they can do right now. Leaving it there is not the thing they want. And unfortunately, it looks like they've knocked out one on the side of Nikola Jokic just like that. The Flinza is out for the count, and a lot of points has been popped out here. Storm is now able to pick back up from where he last left off, and this is going to be the push that he can make for his team. One that would not only clear turf, but also advance his team forward by a little bit more. They lost the Rainmaker, however, to half, and you now see why the power of the slash is so important.
I'm surprised that they opted to have the ends that pick that up, but they did not have juice online, which means that they're going to have to respawn for the normal amount of time. And on top of that, they lost their Splash and their Nautilus. So now, Nikola has like so much room to take this corner, and this is the corner they want to take. With a minute and a half left, like, they don't even need to really push it forward. They just gotta stall for time. Like, not maybe for the whole Rainmaker time, but it's gonna put Nightmare in a really bad spot if they're not able to lock this down quickly.
I mean, it definitely looked like, for the most part, Nikola Jokic were playing for counter picks. They're hoping to win one of the games and then just counter pick the rest. So, for at least this round, I think it's safe to say that Nikola Jokic has it in the bag. I mean, look at how dominant they are, just holding down the fort just like that. They're able to sit down there and half of his smiley face there. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. It's just it's not a BM, but it is a BM, you know? It's a... Well, yes, but no.
Yeah, the taunting smile is not what you want to see in your kill cam, but with 30 seconds remaining, this is do or die for Nightmare right now. They do manage to take down the Rainmaker, but look at the amount of yellow that's on the field for Nikola. Like, they have so much ground to make up, and they don't have any specials online just yet. And you can bet that Nikola will in just a second.
Well, actually, now that you look at it, the ink economy from both sides here, they're pretty even. But with the crab coming in, I think it's safe to say that they've got something going. But a nice Zuka there, try Zuka there to knock off the crab, and it looks like they might have a chance at this. They lost the Rainmaker, and 5 seconds on the clock. 3 members left, 2 members on the side of Nikola. This might be a chance for them to retake this, but unfortunately, no claim.
The missiles were so on time right there. Like, they didn't get the splat. But the fact that they had to move meant they didn't have paint going to pop that Rainmaker shield. It was just the second they needed to keep them from getting that pop, and overtime did not happen.
Unfortunately just didn't work from there. They had something going, and it looks like at the very least the game has been stabilized on the end of Nikola, and we're gonna see a little bit of a shopping spree here with the Clamblets.
I feel like just based off of these last two games, this is definitely going to be in Nikola's ballpark. You know, like the fast mode, aggressive mode. Like Zone's Nightmare had no problem with, but going into Clamblets, I feel like the only saving grace is the fact that it's going to be on MakoMart. So like it's a tight space, so there's just like you really need to be aggressive with your pushes in order to take control of that basket. With the ballpoint on Nightmare side, like they can just have a lot of distance, a lot of space to hold until the last moment when they have those specials online.
So I want you to know that I'm the kind of person who likes to go against the flow of things. So you know what? I don't think Nikola Jokic has it in them. You know what? Nightmare Sway got like something to prove here. They're sponsored for a reason, and they're gonna try and prove that there's a good reason why they're sponsored. So you know, they don't really want to take their name back to Nightmare. Just that they want to keep it at Nightmare Sway the tides of battle. Electric Boogaloo 2. So we're gonna see how they're gonna pan that one out for MakoMart into Clamblets here. But I got a very good feeling that they might keep the double splash idea from Nikola Jokic. That much I can say.
I would have to 100% agree with you. Like, MakoMart is prime splash material. Like, you get a crab on those stacks, forget the ballpoint, you can take so much more space with that. It's like, that is the opening of a push right there.
Right. So, honestly, with a Slayer comp and a tough special composition, they can just they can just play around with it. They have so much control just like that, and I can't wait to see how they maximize that kind of utility that they have in their kit. So they're not playing around with their specials. They are playing around more so with the fact that they have the kill potential. Right? That's kind of like what we're looking forward to, and hopefully it comes down to that.
Exactly. Oh, half bringing out the Tri-Slosher. Love to see it. No change. Oh no, they're both bringing out Tries on both sides, and it's like a single splash Tri combo here.
Okay. I love to see this. And they're gonna go off here. Let's see how this pans out for the side of Nikola Jokic, as they are gonna make some headways here. They need one game up on their end if they want to make it work. Like I said, they were most likely playing with counter picks here. Given the fact that they are running a very, very big competition, I would like to see if they can take at least one game off just to make this a little bit easier for them. Joe is knocked out just like that, coming in very strong here, as we do see one interesting switch, like you're saying, is a Tri-Slosher. And this is going to be how they're gonna make their plays, right? With the vanilla, this might be it.
Indeed, like pairing that vanilla Tri alongside the ballpoint there, they're going to be running with a double Inkjet, and we talk about Crab on MakoMart. Inkjet is another strong contender for MakoMart because again, it's so small. There is not a whole lot of space for it to run. But already we've seen the Tri making some work, taking down the Squeezer, but it's taken down by the opposing Tri. And now we see Nightmare in their patented control of mid for about 2 seconds.
Ooh, Storm is going to hold down the point here with the power clamp and is able to just make his way out with the crab of all things. Which remind me again why the crab is able to hold the power clamp. That's just not fair, I feel. That giant ball of a hunk of metal just does not deserve to get that protection it deserves. As they are not able to try and slowly take back turf and control here, they might be able to go for another push. And I really love the fact that they're able to just like weave in and out just like that.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even realize they opened the basket. It's like points that just suddenly appeared on the board for Nightmare, and so that's going to put them in lead, but with only a single power clam, that's just a power clam and a regular clam away from taking the lead back, so not necessarily what you want to start out with.
Yes, so let's just see where this will pan forward into this match here, as they are trying to make something work here, and right now with only one push to their name, it looks like they've got some level of stuff.
We see 2 down off the Nightmare right here. This is going to be Nikola's. Wait, oh yeah, I thought
they've got the push.
But
just one clam, that's all they need. One clam is all they need here, and it doesn't look like they're gonna get any more, unfortunately. So, well, oh no, I was lying to y'all. You know, I'm really good at doing that, as they are now pushing back in once again, 71 points. This is a very small lead, a little bit of a, a hoorah for them, but not something they had to take lightly. They have to hold this position down as best they can. They're doing a fantastic job at it, and now it looks like it's time for them to make some headways from here on out.
I mean, there's not a huge lead, but the fact that we're more than halfway through this match just shows the pacing of this game. Like, it's been so slow that both the teams are doing an excellent job of keeping control of what they have and just giving up only a little bit of space at a time. Right now, Nikola has the upper hand in mid, but with those two members down and the Inkjet getting popped to finish them off, they're going to be taking control of mid in their favor, and then now they just need the power clowns to back it up.
Ooh, and this is going to be the 10 missiles scattered him out. Joe is in a very rough spot here. He's just knocked out. Half is just behind as well. So I don't know what Joe's going to do, but it looks like they've got it out, and Palou is getting punished by Half being around the corner, and they're just slowly chasing them down. The power climb is just going all the way back to base here. They don't want to lose it. At the same time, though, the one saving grace here is that Nikola Jokic, the entire team, does not have a single power climb to just make that push, and that's going to be really painful for them as they are going to be picked off one at a time now and make a comeback here for the side of Nightmare. As they slowly make their way in here though, it looks like they've got something going with Miner just trying to pick out the flank here with the machine, making some hit space here and hopefully getting a Booyah Ball to secure the team's next push.
Nikola has been showing that they're able to get the win these 1v1s, getting these picks, but like with the clans, like even with two members up, like you can't have any safe space to push. Right now, Nikola is in the advantage because they have that lead, but Nightmare is just a wipe away from turning that around, and already we see the two members down, the Inkjet clearing space, and they're going to open up that power clam, and there's going to be a huge turn of the lead.
Oh, they missed
members
the
of Nikola
clam
coming back.
I don't know if you saw that, but they missed the clam there. You see the little clam in the corner right now? Yeah, that's a little bit painful, but like 37 points, I mean, nothing to scoff at, to be fair.
No, not at all, and especially when we're down to 30 seconds in the match. Like, we've seen some pretty impressive comebacks so far, but this one's going to be a tough to handle with the amount that Nightmare has been able to hold.
I mean, the main thing and concern now is whether Nikola Jokic can control their space here. Ink economy wise, they're looking fantastic with the crab just popping out, and as well as the 10 missiles right now. So it stands to reason why they can't just hold on for another 10 seconds and just keep that game up for themselves. As we now see the splash down for the count. As long as they don't have a power climb, there's not much you can do. Overtime is in the field now, but then again, same logic here. Hold the point, tough enough, and it's their game to 1-up for them. And so let's just see how it goes.
Oh, it's just the flings that are remaining, and they are going to be taken down as the last few seconds of overtime tick out. That's going to be Nightmare taking Game 3, the one match that I feel like Nikola had the best chance of winning. Because next up is Tower Control, and if I've seen anything from Zones, like Tower Control plays so well to the snowball effect of Nightmare's comp right now.
I mean, like I said, right, like it really boils down to the idea that, you know, they have a way to come back. And again, Turf Control was so good for them until the very end, where Nightmare just kind of like toppled them over just a little bit. So, I mean, that being said though, I really think they have a chance at this. I really do think they just need to wait it out a bit longer, and then they're able to like continue their push. And as it worked out for them, it will continue to work out for them.
Well, they're certainly going to have to if they want to stay in the winner's bracket. This is going to be match point for Nightmare here.
Okay, so we're gonna have to see how this pans out then. I really do want to leave this. This is looking really good for our final match. Because we're now down to what might be the last match for Nightmare Sway to, you know, sit pretty in finals. And Nikola Jokic will have to go down to fight one of the teams that were really like they're trying to fight against just now. And so that might be a real heartbreak of a story, because Nikola Jokic has definitely made their way up here with a surprising amount of effort, and I can't wait to see how they pan this one out.
I guess we're gonna have to see. Like, Tower Control is definitely like, it's not spot zones. I feel like if it makes it to a game 5, Nightmare has like such a huge advantage just from the fact that they're able to lock them out so well in the first match. But it is once again Hagglefish, and again they did so exceptionally well on Hagglefish zone. So unless Nikola like brings out like a showstopper of a game here, you know, it's like Nightmare is gonna be moving on.
Indeed. So definitely need to see how this one is gonna turn up, as we are now going into what might be potentially the final game. In fact, it is what we call the match point. And now we're gonna take it out. Half is going on the Tri-Slosher here with the Inkjet this time. Again, the vanilla. And we do see the same composition here. Squeezer already knocked out for the count. But on the other side, we are going to have a mirror Tri-Slosher here and into the ballpoint. And a machine just for a little bit of control of space if you need a Slayer weapon with it.
Oh, the nice pick with the crab there. That's going to lead Nightmare in a 3-down situation, giving Nikola such a huge opportunity to push up and take this first checkpoint. Like this is basically the safe checkpoint for both teams. So like you can take that quite easily, but once you get into that second checkpoint, that's when the ringer is really going to be going down on you.
The snowball is timed. Unfortunately, they weren't able to break the checkpoint, but again, they're just holding it back and forth. The crab is now just going to control so much space and not give them any way to come back from this. As Ava, sitting pretty down there, helps them clear checkpoint 1. Hey, you really love this game. Now, Ava has to go back though, and unfortunately gets splat. This is not what you want to see. But then again, they've already done a good job breaking the first checkpoint at 50 mark as well, almost pushing the second checkpoint. You can't really complain about like what else is there from this one. This is a good push.
Yeah, absolutely. Like 50 is an excellent open push. Like getting that first checkpoint out of the way means you have a clear path to the second one.
Crabs up. Yeah, I mean, like, look at that. There's so much control here right now. They've got the Booyah, they've got the Crab. They also popped in, like, they haven't popped in the Inkjet yet. The other Inkjet, other than the Splat, ballpoint Splat thing. So they have a lot going into this. They've committed 3 specials, and it only took them to 78. And that's gonna be really painful for the start of Nightmare, considering that this could be their final game. Unfortunately for them, though, fortunately for them, rather, they did get a few picks here and there, and that's really the one thing that we can look behind to. It looks like they're looking pretty right now at 78, and they'll keep it like that. You know, we've got the lead, we don't have to force it.
Nikola certainly seems to have found their synergy with this Tri-Slosher here. We saw them get the nice double off the Inkjet and Booyah Bomb user. Now Nikola has a second chance at that second checkpoint. They do lose their Squeezer in the process, but just keeping this tower on Nightmare's side is going to just keep them from getting that lead that much more.
Right, so now let's see how they continue to play this out. We have the Crab Tank again, trying to contest here. Not exactly what you want to see, especially when someone's trying to go behind you right now. Cactus is going to have to make a headways back to spawn, but not to fret as he's going to jump back in and make another attempt at it. Now, of course, they're pushing in from 78 to 77. They are very close to that first checkpoint, and unfortunately, they lose the tower once again. Nightmare really swayed away from it. Just a little bit more from that. That time pun was intended.
Oh, but dang, like the double, like both the ballpoint and the Tri-Slosher get taken down almost at the exact same time. Like that push got started out before it really get started. Like Nikola is basically turn things around, keeping Nightmare on their toes, keeping them from really getting that control of mid that they showed in that first game. And this we're down to the last 2 minutes.
Oh my god, Cactus is just like, yeah, nah, and it just knocks him out of the park right there, mate. I hate to say it, but that was beautifully done. Cactus knows that he can take it on and just goes for it. And if I was the Inkjet, I would be really upset here. Look at Minor though as we look into the corner here, all backing off right now. Cactus really pushing his advantage here from the corner, just trying to make some hit space in. And we are seeing again a very interesting Booyah ball. Unfortunately, nothing comes off for it. And the Crab is just trying to create space, but it doesn't look like it's creating space. It's more like just, you know, re-inking or returfing whatever's been taken over. And it looks like they've taken the tower back again for another push. But once again, you are on the side of Nikola Jokic's turf here. There's not much you can do other than wait it out. But a nice miss there allows them to take another good fight. The Inkjet is slowly pushing it forward with the team. And unfortunately, they aren't making any headway once again. Only a 2-point lead from all the effort. Nikola Jokic definitely showing why they are playing the counter pick meta super well here.
The whole point of an Inkjet or a Booyah Bomb or a Crab is to be able to stay alive and take space. When you get splatted, you can't do that. Every single time that they pop this special, Nikola has just shut it down almost immediately and keeping them from getting that space that they need. But now they're getting their flow in. That's going to be 3 down off the Nikola. We are down to 30 seconds and they're down to 30 points. That's a wipeout there. Nightmare turning this around in the last second. Nikola has to stop them here if they want to stay in this game.
I hate to say this, but they are, and this is so painful to see because Nikola Jokic had the game all up to themselves. 6, 5, fall, and they're able to stop it with 10 seconds on the clock. However, how can they do anything? A complete wipe on them. I mean, I was gonna say the point of specials in general is just to have an advantage in a fight. You know, knowing when to use them would definitely sway the tides of everything in your favor. And I meant completely with that, by the way, so I couldn't make that joke. But they were able to come back just purely using their raw talent and skill to just take picks left and right. Maybe on the side of Nikola Jokic, they were a little bit misstep there. But the thing was, they were on their zone. They were on their own home turf. And Nightmare made it out just like that. That was beautifully set up. And now they are sitting in grand finals waiting for their opponent.
I think once, like Nikola, they both this game and the last, like they got that early lead. They held the map for the majority of the match, and they were able to do that by nullifying Nightmare's attempts at a push, taking down the specials before they have a chance to get value out of them, sniping an inkjet, knocking out a booyah bomb. But when they were able to get those specials off and take grounds and get splats on top of that, their whole comp just fell apart. Like, we saw the absolute domination in the last 30 seconds of getting the KO. Nightmare was just able to brought it back once they were able to set up.
And as you can see, there's not much you can do once Nightmare has set their eyes on winning. So it's a little bit harsh, but we've got something going for it.
You could say that it was an absolute nightmare to face Nightmare.
It was an absolute nightmare to face Nightmare. You know what? Let's go with that. Definitely something you gotta do. But unfortunately, I think this kind of wraps up this block timing. We have a few more games to go, but we're gonna be throwing it to break. I know we're gonna swap out our casters. So unfortunately, I'll be staying. So man, why don't you take it away from here? Where can we find you at?
Well, you can find me in all of the usual places: Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube at iMadGamerII. I love all the Splatoon content. You know, if you haven't tell that just from me being here, I love this game, so I try to do as much of it as I can. But even though you'll be around for the next several hours, where can the good people find you?
Oh, okay, so if you look at my tag at the bottom left of your screen right now, at Ryan_Nitero, you can find me on my Twitch and Twitter, and for the most part, this is where I'm going to be.
Awesome. Well, I want to give a quick shout out to our streamer DJ. It is so good to have, like, we wouldn't have the stream without him. So
the D stands for dad, by the way. Whenever we're on, he has to take care of the person who's screaming, "Let's go, match point! Do the graphic, do the thing!" And honestly, yeah, you know what? We'll give it to him. The Gem, definitely one of the forefront when it comes to helping us create the content that we have here today and giving us the observation cam and also managing the Twitch chat. So gotta give it to him. But for the time being, thank you so much, iMads. We're gonna be bouncing off for the time being. We'll see you guys in a bit.